But if we have so traumatic I can't sit and stand, you just got to start with the rehab work. Random Act says I had flare-ups while doing back extensions, then did sprints, and I could do them fine. Why? Most often, one of the things that we recommend people when they go back into running is actually running faster. Everything's tighter through here. You're running, but you're relatively neutral in the lumbar spine. You're not going back into extension. You're not going forward into flexion. And you've got a lot of support and engagement. And so it might well be that you're gaming the system. We're not vulnerable enough for the sprinting to be problematic in the moment. And we have a good degree of control and form as we're running. So we're providing that extra extreme level of stability to the lumbar spine whilst without any significant end of range motions while we're doing the running. Jeff has said, can you explain how squats help the back? Because when I squat, I feel my quads and glutes fire up. Awesome. That's perfectly reasonable, Jeff. How do the squats help you? The squats help you specifically in a number of ways, and I hope this really makes sense to you guys because it's explaining the mechanism of action for your lower back. We're leveraging the legs. So the first benefit of the squats is that, in fact, no, let's take a step back further. You have a herniated disc, bulging disc, an injury to the lower lumbar spine. And so that is trying to heal every single day. But there are things that those of you that are struggling to get better, there are reasons why you're not getting better. And that is because you are proverbially picking the scab every day. You're doing little things every day that are aggravating those tissues. And those tissues heal really slowly. So when you pick a scab on the surface of the skin, it heals pretty quickly and it'll react to that picking of the scab. These tissues, way slower. So each time you aggravate it and irritate it unnecessarily so during your daily life, you're just kind of getting step changes of things getting worse and worse and worse. And so the squat in the first instance, when you're learning the technique, you're learning how to do the movement in a way that does not compromise the lumbar spine, that exhibits control, etc. That immediately should be, and this is where education is important, applied to movements of daily life. So the squat itself doesn't directly help the lower back in this instance, but it means that you are helping the back by stopping messing it up. So that you're learning how to actually get out of a chair correctly without kind of doing this kind of silliness. You learn how to control yourself on the way down. All of these kind of things, so the little aggravations start to stop happening. You're also building, when you perform a squat correctly, you are building the midsection stability, right? If you don't engage your core, you just flop forwards and then you do a squat. And people do that when they first start the squats, right? They do silly things like that and they don't even know they're doing it because they don't know what's right and wrong.